Sometimes we go through life without really fact-checking some things that we're told from a very young age. One of them is the importance of college. I want to talk about that in today's episode. Let's go. So when it comes to university, I believe that it is completely overrated in comparison to one other thing that everybody else should be doing. Stay tuned to the end of this episode because I want to discuss further what that one thing is. From the time all of us are a fairly young age, we grow up believing in the importance of going to school, getting good grades, and the capstone of that at the end of it is university. And I think that our parents, our peers, society around us tells us that if we really want to be successful in life, what we need to do is finish these 12 years of school and ultimately go to university and learn some more things. And along with this, we're taught that if we do that, we're going to get a good job, we're going to be smarter perhaps than others, and ultimately we're going to be successful in life. But I think that this is one of those cultural myths that we need to really think through and do some hard fact-checking and some serious looks at whether or not this is actually true or not. Think about how many people you know, or perhaps even yourself, who've gone through university. What has your first year been like out of university? Did you get your dream job? Or were you just stressed out about student loans and things that you accumulated during that time that you're going to have to pay off? I know plenty of people that went to university and before they knew it, they had graduated only to get a job making minimum wage and not sure how they were going to pay off student debt. Are you that person? Why are we told that university is going to make such a difference in our life when in reality it doesn't necessarily always work out that way for people? One of my struggles with this thinking is that it over-promises something to a lot of people that just doesn't turn out to be reality to a lot of people when there's something else that people should be focusing on that will make far more of a significant difference in their life. I have a lot of people that apply for different companies that I own every month, and in hundreds of applications, one of the things that people always like to put is where they went to university. Whereas other people will apologize to me and say, you know, I am not a university grad, I'm not sure if you accept people like me. And sometimes it'll be that those that go to especially prestigious universities will come to me with kind of a confident look in their face as they tell me where they went to university. There's a particular university here, one that comes to mind, especially in the Philippines, where all grads from this university feel very proud that they went to this university. They think that it's going to win me over. But in reality, I could care less about whether someone went to university or not for the types of jobs that I hire people for. Even for people that are going to have jobs such as doctors or nurses or attorneys, we want to know that they've passed certifications and they have proficient knowledge to be able to carry out those jobs. But even for those type of positions, that is only one part of what they should be focused on in life. For those that have such a strong feeling about university and for feeling very strongly that it's very important in their life, I understand. All of us have been made to feel that if we go to university or if we don't go to university, that's going to impact the people that we are and our success in life. But today, we need to throw aside some of those thoughts and really look at the number one thing that all of us should be focused on in life when it comes to this topic of learning. There's many things that university just simply doesn't teach people that I'm looking for. What are those types of things? One of them is, are they great at what they do? In other words, if they're a graphic designer, can they design amazingly? If they're a web developer, can they develop very well? If they're a video editor, or if they are a personal assistant, or so many other jobs, are they able to do those with excellence? The other type of things that I want to ask them are, how much experience do you have? How well do you deal with pressure and stress? How much will you love our clients? How much will you care for your team members at Purple Cow or Delish Deli or whatever company I'm hiring them for? How responsible and dependable are you? How committed are you to continual self-improvement? The list goes on. Now let me ask those of you who are watching a question. How many of those things that I just mentioned is someone actually going to learn in university? Very few of those things. They often have to do far more with who the person is in their mind, in their heart. It has to do with how much grit they have and whether they're able to stick through something, even if it gets overwhelming, even if they have anxiety or stress or fear. Those type of things college doesn't teach you. Life might teach you. Who you are on the inside might teach you. But university doesn't teach you everything that you need in life. Interpersonal relationships, caring for others, and so many other tasks like this are critical to a person's success. Do they show up on time? Do they care? All of these things are things that I'm looking for when I go to hire somebody. Am I saying university is bad? Of course I'm not. I myself went to university and I would recommend it to anybody. But what I am challenging is this mindset that university in and of itself is going to make you successful, or that it's going to help you have a good job, or it's going to make you somehow smarter than other people. Instead of merely focusing on university, what I would recommend is one other thing that I think is even more important than university. So if you have to choose between university and this one other thing, I'm going to say go for this one other thing. If you could do both, why not? Do both. But the thing that I want you to focus on far more than university is this: education. You might say, John, what do you mean education? University, school, our whole life is education, right? That is part of the myth that we're led to believe, that if you go to school, if you go to university, that is all you need to do to check off your education list. Let me tell you, the least skilled, the least smart, the least successful people in life are those that think that all they have to do is check off that university box at the end of their education path, and they'll have learned everything that they need. Successful people in life realize that they need to take ownership of their own education. That isn't something that happens for this one small space in your life. Instead, people that are truly smart and successful and wise and that really grow in life understand that university might be one piece in the puzzle of education, but ultimately they need to focus on teaching themselves day after day, seeing themselves both as a teacher and as a student, someone that's going to feed their mind, that's going to feed their soul, the type of things that they need to grow, not only in intelligence, not only their IQ, but also to educate themselves to keep growing emotional intelligence and other types of intelligence that are going to help them be a well-rounded and successful person in life. You see, success in life isn't just about how much you know. It's not just how close you are to an encyclopedia, but it is who you are holistically as a whole person in life. Someone that looks at being well-rounded, someone that cares for their mind, that cares for their heart, that cares for their soul, that cares for the world around them. That's an educated person. So this is why I struggle so deeply with this myth that all you have to do to be successful or smart in life is go to university, because that is only a very small part of what it means to be an educated person. Take some time each day to feed your mind and to feed who you are as a human being. Let me challenge you. Be an educated person. Be someone that is continually learning, that wants to keep growing inside and outside. And if you do this, you will find success not in just one area of life, but in all areas of life. As always, guys, thank you for taking the time to listen. I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts below. Take care.